Welcome back to Anatomy at ShareLove.Fund for our YTT 200. In this video, we will be going over Pavrita Trikonasana, just a fancy word for revolved triangle. So we went over triangle pose last video. We're going into what's revolved triangle or twisted triangle. So I will have Ashley, our model today, come to the top of her mat in mountain pose. And then I'm going to have Ashley step her left leg back to high lunge. So for our purposes, she'll be looking away from the camera for a revolved triangle. And then what I'll have Ashley do is take her left heel and place it down at like a Warrior 1 stance, so that's like a 10 or 15 degree, that's Warrior 2, that's Warrior 2, at like a 10 or 15 degree angle. Now, I'm going to have Ashley look at her heels because we want them both in one line, as if she's on a tightrope, right, or on a balance beam.
Gonna get a little saucy here.
Okay.
And show some foot skin.
All right,
Okay.
Now she's getting serious. As I call this getting serious. So I'm gonna have her turn her left foot in a little bit more.
Okay, hard.
A little bit more. Good. And then I'm gonna have her look down at her heels. Are they both in one line? They're not. So I'm gonna have her scoop her right foot in. Why you want it is if you're on a balance beam. So just imagine on a balance beam. Then I'm gonna have her take both hands on her right thigh so that she can straighten her torso. Yes. And then I'm going to have her very slowly, so she's warmed up from triangle pose already. So I'm gonna have her just straighten out her right leg without locking the knee. Straighten out the right leg without locking the knee. Keep straightening, good, good. And now, I'm gonna have her place both hands on her hip. So I learned this really cool thing from Bikram yoga. I'm gonna have her take 2 twists so that her both hips are pointing forward like headlights. Yeah, there you go, beautiful. So you see now she's balancing a little. So now balance comes into play and then the shakes start coming. So I'm gonna have her squeeze both legs together. Squeeze both legs together. That gets her obliques working. And then from here, she's gonna come into pyramid pose simply by hinging over at the hip. Hinging over at the hip, all right? So I'm gonna have Ashley use, we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna have her use her ankle and her block. So the first part of this pose, we're gonna use her ankle. She's gonna come into pyramid pose in a second. So actually, extend your heart forward, and then from here, begin to lower your head and look towards the top of the mat. Don't fall in yet. Don't come into that yet, yes. Look towards the top of the mat. So I'm gonna have her take the curve out of the head by looking forward towards the top of the mat. I'm gonna have her press her head up into my hand. That lengthens the torso. So you can tell, she's stretching her hamstring and glute on the left leg. She's strengthening her hamstring and glute on the right leg. She's also strengthening her quad here, her oblique muscle. And she's stretching the back side of the body here, from the glute all the way to the back. And then I'm gonna have her take her left hand on the either inside or outside of her right shin. Then she's gonna take her right hand, place it on her hip. Right hip. You're gonna stay in over. Beautiful. Now, she's gonna squeeze her thighs together, and then she's going to begin to rotate so that her shoulder, this shoulder comes down facing the earth, and this shoulder twists opening up. Beautiful. Then the goal here is to make believe she's pressing into a wall. She's gonna press into a wall, and she's gonna rotate open a bit more. Rotate open a bit more. This is hard for her. So what I would have Ashley do is have a block. That makes it a little bit more accessible. Place a block beneath the shoulder so that she can rotate. And then when she gets more becomes more flexible, guess what? We'll have her come into this pose. So watch this. I'm gonna have Ashley work her way into this pose slowly. So I'm gonna have her press into the big toe here. Good. Press into your big toe. Rotate first before you extend the arm. Rotate first. Place the hand on the hip. Rotate even more. Press your hand into this. Good, so she's using her bicep and tricep on this side. Then she's gonna have her look down towards this hand, and she's gonna rotate it open more. No, not the neck, the shoulder. Yes, see that? Then place your hand on the hip,